Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer and welcome to Best Kept Plans. Today's video is going to be a cash envelope stuffing for the paycheck that I received on October 9th, 2025 using the Budget by Paycheck workbook from the Budget Mom. If you're interested in seeing that, please stick around. We are all zoomed in on my cash envelope stuffing and my cash to get ready to stuff some envelopes. But before we do, I did want to touch on my emergency fund. If you've been following me for a while, then you'll know that I actually have an established emergency fund, which I keep in a separate checking account at my credit union. I don't budget to continue to add to this emergency fund, but at the end of every pay period, if I have any unused cash, in my variable expense cash envelopes, I take that cash, I put it into this emergency fund envelope, and once it hits $1,000, I deposit it into that emergency fund checking account, print out a new envelope, and start over again. I have not updated the actual tracker on the front of this, but with our last pay period, I was able to put $110 into this envelope, which means we have $542. And I thought we should count that up together. 1, 200, 300, 400, 500, 520, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 542. Next, we're going to get into my variable expenses. I don't have any envelopes printed, so I'm just going to pull the cash and put it aside. We're starting with eating out, which is getting $75 in a $50 bill, a $20 bill, and a $5 bill. 50, 70, 75. Same thing with gas. It's getting $75 in the same denominations. 50, 20, and 5, 50, 70, 75. And then lastly, we have miscellaneous getting $150, and it's getting that in two $50 bills, two $20 bills, and a $10 bill. And I'm using these denominations because I am going to be pulling from this envelope for my 2025 challenge. 50, 100, 120, 140, 150. Next, we're going to be moving on to my 2026 sinking funds, starting with my RN APRN licenses, which is getting $30 in a 20 and a 10. And if I add this to our envelope, we should have a total of $90, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90. Next, we have gifts getting $45 in two $20 bills and a $5 bill, and with this deposit we should have a total of $135 in this envelope. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 125, 130, 135. Next we have birthdays getting $25 in a 20 and a 5. And with this deposit, we should have a total of $75 in this envelope, 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75. I think I forgot to mention that because I'm zoomed in, there's hundreds up top and fives down below that you can't see. Sorry about that. Next, we have car insurance and taxes, and that's getting $190 in a $100 bill, in a $50 bill, and in two 20s. And with this deposit, we're going to have a total of $570 in this envelope, which is quite a bit of cash already, but this is definitely my highest expense that I have throughout the year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 450, 470, 490, 510, 530, 550, 570. Next, we have medical getting $40 in two $20 bills, and with this deposit should have a total of $120 in this envelope, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. Next, we have subscriptions. This is getting $20 in a single $20 bill, and with this deposit should have a total of $60, 20, 40, 60. Next, we have Christmas. This is getting $30 in a $20 bill and a $10 bill. And with this deposit, should have a total of $90. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90. And lastly, for my sinking funds that have a monetary goal, we have Black Friday getting 25 in a $20 bill and a $5 bill. And with this deposit, should have a total of $75. 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75. Next, we're moving on to my sinking funds that have no monetary goal. These are my rolling sinking funds, starting with getting a $50 bill. And with this deposit, should have a total of $395 in this envelope. 100, 200, 300, 350, 370, 390, 395. Next, we have household getting $20, and it's getting that in a single $20 bill. With this deposit, we should have $280 in this envelope. 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80. Next, we have home maintenance. This is getting $100 in a single $100 bill. Now, I do have a bunch of cash from this envelope in my sinking funds checking account that I have at my credit union. So we should have a total of $5,600 here, but $5,000 of that is in the bank. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600. So 5,600 total. Next, we have baby getting $30 in a 20 and a 10. And similarly, this does have some cash in my sinking funds checking accounts, I believe $1,000. So we should have 1,680 in this envelope, but 1,000's at the bank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 40, 60, 80, 600, 620, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 1680. Next, we have travel, which is getting our last $100 bill. And with this deposit, should have $5,516 in this envelope. I believe 5,000 of it are in my sinking fund checking account. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. And then we want 516. 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 510, 515, 516 for a total of $5,516. Next, we have personal getting $30 in a 20 and a 10. And with this deposit, should have $336 in this envelope. 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 300, 310, 20, 30, 35, 336. My last rolling sinking fund is my car maintenance sinking fund, getting the rest of the cash we have left, which is $65. And with this deposit, it should have $2,195, but 2,000 of that are in the bank. So we have 1,000, 2,000, 100, 150, 160, 70, 80, 85, 90, 195. So 2,195 total. Now we do have a couple of additional things that we need to do. The first of which is going to be zooming out a little bit so that we can take a look at my 2025 challenge, which I have pasted into the front of my budget book here. This 2025 challenge, the tracker, as well as the envelope are available in my Etsy shop, along with a bunch of other challenges and envelopes and things. I do pull for this challenge for 2 weeks at a time because I get paid bi-weekly. And so we're pulling for weeks 41 and 42. $40 per week, so a total of $80, and I'm going to be pulling that out of my miscellaneous cash. So there's $150 here, and we're pulling 50, 70, 80. So we do have 70 left to spend as I like. And with this $80 deposit, there should be $16.40 in this envelope, which we are going to count up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000. 11, 12, 13, 14, 1450, 70, 1490, 1510, 30, 50, 70, 1590, 1600, 1610, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 1640. And then lastly, we have my $5 challenge. I'm not keeping track of it on a tracker anymore, though I do have a $5 challenge tracker on my Etsy shop as well as this $5 challenge envelope. I've just been pulling the $5 bills from my eating out envelope as well as from my gas envelope and then adding them to this $5 challenge envelope. And whenever I decide to, I end up taking this cash and putting into a larger container that I've been using for the past few years for my $5 challenge. But that's going to be it for this cash envelope stuffing. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about the way that I budget, how I use the Budget by Paycheck workbook, or any of the other products that I use, please do not hesitate to put a comment down below. And as always, everyone, please be safe. Bye bye.